Good morning. It is Tuesday, the 13th of August, and altcoin bottoms are in. There is evidence all over the place, and we're going to go over the 6 big ones here today in this live stream and any requests that you have. First of all, I'll slip by my disclaimer because this isn't trading advice, just market observation. Then I want to jump right in. My main computer has had a hiccup and I had to set up on a backup computer here. So my live stream isn't set up properly, my charts aren't set up properly, but the markets are moving. It's time to record. So here we go. I've messed up by starting the streams on the wrong channel because on my other computer I have 2 different programs so that I don't have to keep messing around going back and forth. While I'm streaming, you can follow over on IntroToCryptos on Twitter or click on the link down below and join our Discord channel. We'll go through the big 6, and at the end of the stream and through the stream, I'm going to give you a special offer for joining in with our cryptocurrency alerts package, which is on sale right now. You can use the coupon code August50 to save 50% off the full Pro Crypto Alerts package, and I'll talk more about that as we go along. But first of all, we're looking at Bitcoin prices. As I was just streaming on the other channel, we're having a top formation and a break. And all of the indicators went through and we're looking pretty bearish. So this is probably going to come down, I'm guessing at least to the $10,000 level. But of course that's a guess. And I'll only know if it makes a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation in the small time frame. And we see that the indicators are giving us a divergence. So once it starts and I get a short position going on here and get my stop loss just below my entry, my job's done. And I will wait for the market to do its job. It is the one that's supposed to do the most work for all of this trading. Otherwise, you're not trading correctly. If you're doing all the work, then you're still working for your money. This system is to put your money there, let that work for you while you do other things. Go earn some more money and doing different approaches. Now let me check here, BitMEX, ADA, and let me see if this stream is working while I'm talking on and on. We do have some streamers following along. Let me know where in the world you are from. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so are you from North America or are you from over in Europe? I've been trying to develop more of a European audience. There's a lot of people from the States, but for this channel, we're focusing on the markets that you can trade over on BitMEX so that we can go long and short on these 6 coins and grow our Bitcoin. So let's jump in now. We're going to go to the 4-hour time frame for each of these charts, and we'll look at the indicators below. So what I'm looking for here out of this potential 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, oh, my coloring crayons are all in the wrong spot here. Let me favorite that. Let me favorite that. Let me favorite the trend line. I like to have the parallel channel. What else do I use? The Fibonacci, but I'll put that in there later. These basics will start me out. So what I want to do is draw down to the lowest point. That's the number 1 point. As it bounces up off that point and comes to a top and then starts to pull back, we know that that is the number 2 point. As it's pulling back, anytime in here, it's a potential number 3, potential, all the way along until it actually breaks above the number 2 point, and that proves, okay, that really was the number 3 point. And that's the only way we can know, is that if it actually breaks out. So while we're doing the stream now, we want to see, is this the place we're going to be buying in? That would be the trading signal for most of my trading plans on the 4-hour time frame. When the prices break above here, the exponential moving average is probably going to cross over. The one thing that I'm seeing that's holding us back here, I just got to put this on repeat, good, is that the RSI is fading back. We need this to break. It's got to break above that. As we're having the downtrend in the RSI, as soon as it breaks that, that's showing a potential for a break in that trend. So every time it breaks out of that trend, it's important. And this is what we'll want to see in ADA as this unfolds. Let's go into the 4-hour time frame of ADA, looking at the on balance volume. On balance, we had some good buying volume, but it's faded off here and hasn't picked up. As this is going up and breaking these levels, and this is showing us positive, and the RSI is doing that break for us, we're golden. We know that this one is taking off at that time. How about if we zoom in on the 1-hour time frame? A lot of selling here. Good swath of buying, a little bit more buying, but look at that divergence. That is such a beauty. Oh, I don't have this on this chart. I see. There is such a beautiful divergence. Oh, yeah. Right there. Finally, I could draw it out. So we had the higher highs, and the on-balance volume was showing us that it's running out of steam at that second high. Really key. And when it came to the third high, it's got even less volume, so likely going to be breaking below. Then it made a 1, 2, 3 top formation, and that would have been an exit signal right there. Unless you got in here and you had your stop loss above your entry, then you would just sit on your hands and let the market do its thing. Give it time for it to do its work. We'll go over the next coins, but let's go on to ADA in the 4-hour time frame. Looking at the MACD, it's crossed negative. I wasn't expecting that. If it twists and goes positive while we're crossing above the number 2 point there, that's golden. How about closer in time frames? There, that's better. So now we did have the crossover here, and as obvious as our trading system, boy, every chart has to have the settings done, because I didn't set them up initially. Here is another divergence on the 1-hour time frame. Now on this 1-hour time frame, we do see a crossover to the positive as we're coming up here. We see Bitcoin is slipping off, and if Bitcoin dominance is slipping off, then alts are definitely going to be going up. Well, let's go take a look at Bitcoin dominance. It has made a top formation. Surely, if it breaks below these levels, as we're watching our alts break above their number 2 point, this is it. This is the evidence. Here's our number 1 point, and what's the time of that? August 19th, 22:45. I don't know if the time will be the same. August 9th, there's our number 3 position, and if it breaks below that, there's our 1, 2, 3. Lovely color to see. Let's draw that out again. That'll be our 1, 2, 3 in the Bitcoin dominance. And you bet the alts are going to be taking off at that very same time. So, and we'll see it in our indicators all the way through here. The last one I want to do for ADA on the 4-hour time frame is the Ichimoku Cloud. Let's make sure I can slide this over. It is fading more negative. Let me go and check at the chat. It's over I only have 2 monitors of my 6 working right now. I have a feeling shorts are going to get wrecked. It could be, but that's a 1, 2, 3 top formation in Bitcoin, and I don't play around with them. Whoops, wrong one. This one. It's a 1, 2, 3 top formation break. It's a bigger 1, 2, 3 top formation break. We have the RSI fading off. It could be, but not yet. Pardon me. Oh, it's so crippling to only have 2 monitors. Normally I have all of this stuff laid out across all different monitors. I don't have to flip back and forth. Okay. Don Johnson. In the 1980s, I had a Don Johnson shaver, so I could leave myself just with the right amount of stubble. When you have a chance, can you explain the difference between 15 basic and 97 full? Does the discount apply to the $97 a month? I would be happy to. There are 2 different ways to go through. Though these are the actual trading alerts spreadsheet. This is the one I was looking for. This is the trading alerts package here, and we can read what Wolf762 says here. Thanks again for the course in the alerts. He's seriously kicking some fanny. That was back in March, and we were doing some great trading back here. Epic service. Thank you, Doug. I'm glad my journey led me to you. 100% determined to make it as a trader, and this community is important in that long walk. So how the alerts actually work, for the $97 package, this is what you're getting, is the Pro package. For the $15 package, you're getting the basic package. So for $15, you get access to this spreadsheet that goes through the color-coded trading strategy. And so we go through the bull-bear ratio of everything, and I can scroll back through the Poloniex one. Let's go back and then scroll aside. And for the $15 a month, you get access to the Poloniex and the Binance spreadsheet. And we update this every single day. Myself and AOL Chandra, who is helping me out with this stuff. So I'm really wanting our patron channel to grow so that we can support AOL Chandra for helping me out with this stuff. She's doing some work on the spreadsheet, and we're practicing the trading alerts daily. It's really great one-on-one training that she and I are doing with that spreadsheet. If you want one-on-one training, that's available as well. But you got to make a commitment to it, and it is work. So here's what we have in the $15 plan. You get to see this color-coded detail. You get to follow along all these coins and see which ones are coming up to the alert status first. Which ones are turning from gray to an alert and into green, from an alert into green. And if they cross over and start to top out, we tell you, we move them into a cold fish status, and we watch them again until they are taking off. If they pull back, we'll let you know. And throughout the last little while, you can see how the color coding has went. As we dent to July 10th, look at this. This was a top in Bitcoin, and the alts were all just getting crushed all the way through there. That you can see the color band. And then the numbers at the end, how they are all in fail status. And then we can watch the numbers change to near fail status, and the numbers change to more of an alert status here. And you can see the color coding all the way along as we were coming up a little bit more positive there through July, but then we all got slammed back. So you get this for all of Bitcoin, for all of Poloniex and everything on Binance as well. And there's some 200 markets over on Binance. It's crazy. And there are 8 markets right now in alert status. Those are the top ones that are probably going to be taking off first from all of the coins on Binance. Super powerful. So for the $97 plan, and then I'll go back into the stream, you get much more detail, including education that comes along with it. Because trading is more dangerous than a plane, it takes a while to practice it. We help you learn and practice it over and over and over again. And here you can see what people are saying. Lepex says, I don't even know how to describe. Your work is beyond awesome. This is way different than anything out there. This is great, Doug. I watched for 2 months before I invested to be sure that he knew what he was talking about. He does. I've been studying this stuff since 1995. So you'll get the training to start off with so that you know our risk control rules, probably more important than the buy and sell signals. You also get 200 backtesting screenshots from the past bull market so you can see exactly how this trading plan works. You get the alerts, but you get all the training along with it. It may be that after you're done one cycle of the alerts package, you've got all the education you need and you're off on your own. And we give you really good detail and studies so that there is evidence that can change the way you're believing in this stuff, because when you really believe it, it's easy to do it. If you're not sure, then man, it's difficult. So even we've got GBU Professor Wally, if that's Gunbot University Professor Wally. If you can search him up online, he's got a great service there for doing bots. He says, I highly recommend watching all of Doug's broadcasts and my book there. Jimmy says, I've learned a lot from you and very grateful for you. Still learning, trying to improve step by step. So it's a phenomenal system. You can see here's an example of some of our holds. Right now, we are long in Matic, and we picked up a trade in AGI. We're up 6 and 7% on those trades. You also get ongoing mentorship with this alert program. It is a little over the top, maybe a little obsessive, but that's the way you got to be if you're really going to be successful in this stuff. So I appreciate your question, Don Johnson. And of course, you can save 50% right now off of that alerts package, the $97. If you go over to and pay in crypto, you save 50% off the full package right now using the coupon code August50. Good afternoon from the UK, from Florida, Miami Vice. Yeah, that was my shaver, the Miami Vice shaver, and I didn't have enough whiskers really to make it look good. Nice. Nash Bridges, cooler, partner in cooler car. Could be. Thank you so much. Got it. Awesome. All right. Now we're back to ADA. Actually just gave us a little tick to the red there. We've gone through ADA right to the 4 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour, because it gave us the buy signal here, but it's not giving us a buy signal right now. It did pull back, and look at this. Where's my sticker? That crossed over to the negative. This crossed over to the negative. It's just edging out of the cloud there, but making a 1, 2, 3 holding pattern. And since our indicators or most of the indicators are giving us a divergence to the positive, I'm expecting that this will turn around and give us a buy signal in an uptrend. This is where the Ichimoku is really good for. It'll show you a sell signal in a downtrend, a sell signal in a downtrend, and then it turns around and it'll start to show us buy signals in the uptrend. So this won't turn into a buy signal for me until it crosses at least above this support and resistance here. And then you may know you could buy on the breakout, but often it's a fake out breakout and it pulls back. And that's a high risk time. We get that pissing off the roof pattern after a fake out breakout of a 1, 2, 3 formation. So sometimes, many times now, I let it go. Oh yeah, that's awesome. It's telling me that something's going on. And as it comes back and retouches these levels and then shows strength, that's when I'll put my trade on instead of on the breakout. So the 1, 2, 3s are great, but every bot in the world knows about them, and everybody gets all overexcited and FOMOs in, and then they all panic and sell out. And so that first breakout is often pretty crazy, and we don't have to just jump on one. There's so many coins. We can wait and just get the coin that is doing the proper breakout. So now let's go into EOS is looking better. We've got a better RSI set up here. I like how this is bounced off of this area, and when it breaks above this 1, 2, 3, here's the 1, 2, 3. When it breaks above, there's our signal. You could go here, or again, wait for the bounce and go in on strength there. Pros and cons to both approaches. Let's zoom in on this to see what, oh yeah. Okay, so we got to a nice, really oversold territory and bounced right off that. Really strong. And the great thing with what's going on these coins is this is happening just before Bitcoin is breaking. These are starting to show the color before Bitcoin is breaking. So something's changed where Bitcoin is not the dominant one that is pushing everything else around now. These things are taking space before Bitcoin is moving. That is key. That's why I'm so excited about the alts right now across the board, not just the ones we're watching here, these few 6. Now the on-balance volume, I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame, showed some strength and pulled back, but is flicked positive here on the 4-hour. So on the 1 hour, not as strong as on the 4-hour. I thought this would be showing better. Good buying, less buying here. So just like we saw in ADA, this was telling us that it was running out of steam and still hasn't picked up enough steam yet. So that bodes well because it's not a signal until it breaks above this 1, 2, 3. So when it does, it'll have that volume coming in. When it does, we'll see what the RSI is doing because it's coming up to a pretty oversold bit. It may pull back a bit first and bounce off of some lower levels. Well, price won't move much. The RSI will move much. And then that'll give room for the breakout and the RSI to have its room too. Let's go on to EOS on the 4-hour time frame. Let me check the chat. Good to have more people joining in on this daily. I appreciate you guys being here. If you find this useful, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe. Hey, oh, I don't know if the subscribe thing will give the animation on the screen right now because I'm on the wrong computer. While we do have higher lows here, we have higher lows in the 1 hour MACD. And I like it because we see a cross to the positive on this bottom. We see a cross to the positive here as well. That is bullish. Both of those things. All 3 of these charts are bullish for EOS, breaking above this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Awesome. So this is some of these trades are your ticket into our alerts program. You're going to be able to make enough money off of these trades to say, I want that alerts program for the next 3 months. I want to spank this silly this time as this market is taking off. Let's not screw around. We've seen what happened in the other altcoin markets. We just can't, you know the saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So altcoins took off out of these bottom formations in the past, and they've made some astonishing gains. I want to be ready for it every time. Even if it's just mediocre gains, I'm in. I want them. ADA. Let's go on to EOS now for the 4-hour time frame. Looking better than the other. I like it because we got some crosses of that trailing indicator almost cutting through both the red and the blue line. The blue line is crossed above the red. We don't have a twist to the positive in the cloud yet. And I will bet tomorrow when we do this stream that we'll be above these prices and this will have twisted to the green. Right here. That will have twisted to the green. So let's check that out tomorrow. Now let's go on to Ethereum and start off our indicator sweep again. 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, strength stepping up here. The RSI is pretty strong, so we might get a little bit of hesitation and pullback while the RSI drops quickly and the price holds steady at this level. Then we'll be able to start building up from there. We'll see. I don't know, but this is a 1, 2, 3 bottom. It's breaking out great. We had the smaller 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here on the 1 and the exponential moving average crossed over. So it is a buy signal on this short time frame. And if you would have got your stop loss just above your entry, now you'd sit on your hands probably for a week or so before this goes up high enough and pulls back to give us a consolidation where we can add on to the trade. And of course, we'll talk about that as this all unfolds. So the RSI is pretty interesting. Look at that. On balance volume just picked up there on EOS. Love it. Something's going on there. Ethereum, we had buying going on, stronger buying for this sweep up, where the other two were weaker buying on that sweep up. What am I looking at here? 1 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, not looking that good. Okay, this is why it's giving us pretty bearish outlook on Ethereum the last couple days. On this time frame, that's a lot of selling. On this time frame, we got a bit more buying, but really, it's going to blast. I think the buying is going to really come in as that breaks above this 1, 2, 3. Here's another one. Step yourself up. This could be your ticket into purchasing the alerts program and getting everything. Here again, we've got the cross to the positive. We got the cross to the positive. 1, 2, 3 formation breaking higher. I love it. These are so exciting charts, especially to see the 4 hour MACD crossing and going positive here. Look at how that, where is my, oh, that's a handicap. Changing computers. Look at this crossover and how it came close and then flared away. That is bullish as can be right there. Get used to it. Ethereum, 4 hour time frame. Not quite as bullish here. It hasn't quite crossed through for this trailing indicator. We got the crossover of the blue over the red. And we don't have a twist of the cloud to the green yet on the 4 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, we're pretty good, kind of conflicting. Now we got 3 out of 4 signals. We got the cross of this trailing green line here crossing above the red and the blue. That's positive. We've got the blue crossing above the red. That's positive. That's 2 out of 4. And then we have this breaking above the cloud. That's 3 out of 4. We just don't have a twist to the positive, and I'm certain we're going to tune in tomorrow, and this is going to be broken higher, and we'll have a twist to the positive there. Now I've got a friendly fire truck going by, so I can't get to my mute button fast enough to spare you. Good thing you turned down the side street because it gets super loud here. Oh, so awesome to see this. Let's go into Litecoin in the 4 hour time frame. It's a 1, 2, 3, but it's not as mature as Ethereum. I was more gung-ho on Litecoin yesterday or 2 days ago than I was on Ethereum, but now I'm more gung-ho on Ethereum for this short term. Litecoin, I'm still super pumped on. Super pumped. We got these higher lows. We've got the higher lows in the RSI. All the way down here, we had a massive divergence in the RSI telling us that this momentum was shifting and something's coming in. Now we have this 1, 2, 3. Let's zoom into the 1 hour time frame. RSI is really supporting this better. I like this better. You could do a trade off of this spot right here, but then you need higher risk control rules, more specific risk control rules. And it doesn't quite follow the pattern of the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Oh my. So used to my other setup that I can't adapt that fast. Now again, this had the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and the breakout on the 1 hour time frame yesterday or 2 days ago, and now it's establishing to make that nested 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Huge, very powerful. Slip right in there. This is your ticket. Look at Ethereum going already. Litecoin, 4 hour time frame. Lots of selling down here, and boom, it stopped. We got buying. We got a little bit more buying here, but not strong enough. Right, we're not even looking for that signal until we break above the 0080. Let's zoom into the 1 hour time frame. Good buying. It eased off a little bit of selling here, not that deep. Now we're going back to the buying. And I'm anticipating again that this will show us stronger on balance volume than we've seen just recently as prices are coming up to break above this pattern. It's huge. This is a really, really important time and chart pattern. Let's go to the next indicator for the 4-hour time frame on Litecoin and find my scribble. There's the crossover. We had the major divergence all the way down, then it crossed over. It's crossed to the negative, but it looks like it's just edging to cross to the positive again. And that is something to see that crossover and the littlest bit of histogram on the positive, just because we're in this specific chart pattern at this time where everything else is doing it. Bitcoin's topping out. Bitcoin dominance is easing off. We're going to be watching that here in a second. Phenomenal chart patterns. Let's go to the Ichimoku Cloud now for Litecoin. 1, 2, 3 bottom. Not as strong here on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go into the 1-hour time frame. Slide this over. Not as strong here yet either. It's giving us more time to set up on this. All of this is matching together quite well. So we've got a couple that are setting up, but the green line has crossed through both the blue and the red. The blue has crossed over the red. The price has gone above the cloud and the cloud is twisted to the positive. So this does have some time to set up. Not yet. Let's go on to the next in our set is Tron. And we're looking at the 4-hour time frame of Tron. And I've been poo-hoo on Tron all the way along here until today. Until right this minute, I see this chart and I just want to go long. Even before my trading signal is fully manifested. Of course, that's FOMO. Wait for it, crossover, wait for it. You could do the crossover here. This is pretty important chart patterns. Here's another one. The RSI divergence in that is screaming out. So if we have the other indicators also screaming out, then we're in really good position here. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Selling, buying. Not enough. It's kind of weak. So small position to start off with and add on to it if it's proven correct and get some strength going onto it. Right now it's not looking strong enough, but it is looking like a buy signal. So here's the third signal that is adding to the overall. We've got the divergence from that downtrend. Now we've got the cross to the positive while we're making a little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation in the 4-hour time frame. This exponential moving average will cross over pretty quickly when that breaks higher. Pretty cool. I hope this is the bottom. I'm getting tired of it. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's been a long it's been more than a year of intense studying. Started in September the 9th, I started putting together this color-coded setup so that I could graphically tell is the bull market actually here? How do you tell that the bull market is really here? You got all these things. You look at one coin, it looks great, but you got to get that overall average of all of the coins so that you can see it visually, bull or bear. Pretty simple. Still pretty bearish right now. The bull hasn't picked up. And these bottom charts don't take into account the neutral coins. They only look at those that are failing and near failing and those that are alerts and holds. Everything that's neutral doesn't show up in that chart. So because it's not bullish, it's not bearish. But when they cross over and we go from neutral to alerts, this green line is going to start picking up again. And that's our signal. That's it, that the entire bull market is coming. Not just 1 or 2 coins, but everything. We can go through and get that objective average of everything all together, and then to diversify and put into a whole bunch of coins, and you're pretty much golden because everything trends so well together. So we looked at the 4-hour time frame for TRX. Here's the 1-hour time frame. We've got a cross to the positive, a little bit of a downtrend here, and a cross to the positive. It still has to break above this 1, 2, 3 for this to complete and really show it to us. Let's go on to TRX in the 4-hour time frame, Ichimoku Cloud. Cross to the positive here. The cloud hasn't crossed to the positive yet. Let's go on into the 1-hour time frame. Again, it's not quite positive yet. We have a negative cloud twist. The blue line is not yet above the red line. And it's hard to say if this green trailing line has cut through both. It's come back and sort of cut through both. So just the very first bits of it. And I'm certain that, again, tomorrow when we come in here, all of these things will be indicating. They'll all be confirming. It will be off and going. All of these will be phenomenal. So exciting to see. Let's go on to Ripple, already breaking out of this little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Beautiful RSI divergence on the 4-hour time frame. Love to see it. Let's move into the 1 hour time frame, breaking out as we speak. Here's another one. Grab onto this, get yourself that full alerts package so that you are completely educated. You have myself and AOL Chandra working for you every single day. Phenomenal. I love to see this nested 1, 2, 3. Look at that crossover. We've got a bigger nested 1, 2, 3 ready to cross over. We're breaking over the 200 period moving average with both of our exponential moving averages for the short term. This is big. This is where you start off with a small bit of your trade. It's big, sure, but you don't go all in on the very beginning of a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. These are dangerous. They fail 6 out of 7 times, 6 out of 10 times. And when they fail, like this, we have the pissing off the roof formation that Crypto Sniper has introduced me to, and I just love that formation, that name, because I've traded these 1, 2, 3 formations for so long. They were failing. It's like, it looks like a great 1, 2, 3. It looks like the beautiful breakout here, and then I get into it and it fails back immediately. What's going on? I started studying all of these indicators over and over, like we're doing here, to prove to myself, is this a good 1, 2, 3 bottom or a shitty 1, 2, 3 bottom? Now, we've seen this so often, I have no doubt anymore that, first of all, the law of attraction works in your life. What you think about comes about. So thoughts become things. It's true. No, be careful what you think about. You just might get it. No, what you think about, you're going to absolutely get. So think of good things. And I also believe that the 1, 2, 3 formation with these divergences and these indicators, it is just as sure. But of course, 6 out of 10 times they fail. So you have to have risk control rules, and you have to have position sizing strategies to save your butt when things go wrong. The unexpected can happen. The unexpectable can happen in cryptocurrencies. And so you have to have those risk control rules, especially at the beginning of a trade. And come on over, join us on Discord. We'd be happy to chat more about it. 1, 2, 3, taking off. Beautiful. I just love it. Let's go to Ripple in the MACD indicator. So we, again, had the downtrend. We saw this a couple days ago. And the divergence all the way along. I was saying, even though we have this downtrend and beautiful divergence, I am not trading off of a V-shaped bottom. I'm not doing it. Who knows what's going on there and how FOMO it is and how long it's going to... I'm not doing it. I'm waiting for the 1, 2, 3 to shape up. I'll wait for that because it's so much better and less risky than just trying to buy in on these divergences. Wait for the divergence and the confirmation of the 1, 2, 3. We're just loving it. On the 1 hour time frame, look at that. Wow. Some strength coming in as we're crossing over and flaring positive. Wow. This is great. Look at the divergence from and the double crossover. Not so much a divergence from the price. Where is my... All right. Minimize that again. We got a few more people joined in. Great to have you along. I appreciate your audience here. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you find this interesting, hit the subscribe button. Be love to have you along for every episode. Having it tinkle off the roof is more British. Yes, the pissing off the roof pattern. The Crypto Sniper is Australian. He's awesome. You should find him. He's really good. He goes into detail of things of world economy that I don't pay attention to. So it's great to have somebody tell you that stuff for the world economy. He's awesome. Now, what are we doing here for the Ripple on the 4 hour time frame? We've got a cross to the positive, almost positive here, almost breaking out, but we don't have a twist to the positive on the 4 hour time frame here. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame, already giving it everything. Just in an instant, you can see the green line is above both the red and the blue. The blue is right on the red and crossing above it. That's not as good. And the cloud is just twisting to green, but we are just breaking this pattern right now. Phenomenal. I can't wait for tomorrow's stream already to see what these things are going to do. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin dominance again. And I need to use the eraser here because I don't know this chart as well. Erase, 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 erase. So Bitcoin dominance is in a 1, 2, 3 top formation as well. Potential 1, 2, 3 top formation. But as you know, if I zoom back out, say the 6-month view, back in April, that was a big day and I didn't get it right away what was happening. I was still expecting the alts to be continuing their boom. So even as we came above these levels with Bitcoin dominance, I didn't react properly to it. I didn't switch completely to Bitcoin, which would have been best. My trading system was saying to switch completely to Bitcoin. And now we're back where we are, and those altcoins that I am bag holding, we may now come to life. But it's only a maybe, because we can see that we had these bottom formations and a consolidation, then it went higher. Consolidation, then it went higher. Consolidation, then it went higher. Consolidation. We've got to see it breaking down as all of the alts are taking off. Then we're going to really know that that bull pattern is coming, and we're going to see it in our spreadsheet. We're going to see everything go from where it is now in all of these grays, oranges and grays. We're going to see it start to sparkle up with a bunch of alerts coming in, and those alerts will manifest into holds as everything picks up. So we'll see this exact same thing shaping up in all of these alts as time goes along. We'll see it in this chart too as well, but it's not as nice because the bigger charts show you which coins are actually making these patterns, not just that they are, but which ones. That's the key thing. That's the more important. Does this work the other way around? Can you use it to anticipate dumps? Yes, you can use it to anticipate any chart pattern. It's the only chart pattern that's real. You say, how can that be? How can it be the only chart pattern that's real? And what I mean by that is you can use Fibonacci's, you can use trend lines, you can use moving averages, and all of those are kind of subjective. You can move that trend line where you want. Fibonacci's are like a horoscope. You can move them anywhere you want and it fits in and say, oh, look, there it is. There's the pattern. Sure. But the 1, 2, 3 is the one thing in the chart pattern that you can't deny. You can't fudge it. You can't mess it up. Here's a 1, 2, 3 pattern. 6 out of 10 times they fail. So you got to get ready for that pissing off the roof pattern. You know what the two strategies are. It's either going to go up from this 1, 2, 3, or it's pissing off the roof. So here's another 1, 2, 3 shaping up, pushing. Here's another 1, 2, 3 shaping up. And we're seeing those now. Let me go to Bitcoin. The 1, 2, 3 top formations. Hits the highest price, comes down, tries but fails. It's a failed retest of a recent higher low. Failed. This is the triangle formation gets built out of 1, 2, 3s all the way along. And as that breaks, we have the 1, 2, 3 pattern. We have a small little 1, 2, 3 pattern right here, breaking. So there's our first stage. Then we have a larger, this is getting messy. Let's zoom in. You can see a high, low, tried and failed right there. A high, low, fail right there. So we have two nested 1, 2, 3s. Here's a larger 1, 2, 3 now, also failed. Here's a larger 1, 2, 3, also failed. So we have all of these nested 1, 2, 3s failing, going down. And as the chart comes down and hits the bottom, here's our 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, broke above it. There's our buy signal right there. So the 1, 2, 3s are a failed retest of a recent low or high. When they happen out of a parallel trend line and then break, they're even more powerful. So if we grab a parallel trend line here and we see that inside, I'm going to do that again. If we grab that parallel channel here, we see that inside that parallel channel is the 1, 2, 3 bottom. And as it broke out of that parallel channel, the exponential moving average crossed over, it broke out of the channel, and we had the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breakout done. And we can then open up our indicators underneath to see, oh yeah, RSI was diverging really nice and strong at that moment. Look at that. Nice divergence on that bottom. And we were calling that on this day. Everything was bullish. Everything on these days here, it was all screaming bullish all the way along. And it broke out and did some fantastic stuff. Now we see it's screaming negative on all of these indicators right now. And so then I'm anticipating to watch for, I don't know how far it'll go. It'll hit some support and resistance somewhere. But when it does find a bottom, it's going to do a 1, 2, 3. It has to. It's inevitable. There are some variations of it. You may get a double bottom. You may get a V bottom that we are seeing in many of these altcoins, that they came down to a V and bounced. And out of that V, then it'll mature into a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. It does. They always do. It is a failed retest of a recent higher low. And you can see them in silver and gold right now. Where's silver and gold? Do I have them open on this chart? No. I'm long silver and gold as well, using Bitcoin over on simplefx.com. Come and join us on Discord and I'll tell you more. Okay, now if you have any coin requests for anything at all that is available here on, get rid of my favorites, put in BTC. There we go. If you have any requests for any coin, I'd be happy to go over any of them. Let's go have a quick look at OMG and ICX. OMG, let's do ICX first because it's closer in the alphabet. ICX. Oh, wow. You don't even have to tell, you don't need me to tell you. You see the crossover of this MACD and the positive crossover. Not always indicative of a move up. We see this crossover and crossover. As it's coming down, it's really looking for it, but not yet. All the way down, we can see that we had a little bit higher lows, a little bit lower low there. So that really, I can't trade any of those things until I get the 1, 2, 3. When I see this crossover and it's diverging from the price and we're getting a 1, 2, 3 at the end of a downtrend line, done deal. It's like, I just got to do it. I just got to do it. Let's go to the parallel trend line. Click that. Click it again. There we go. Parallel trend line on the way down. Cryptos trend so much. It's crazy. It seems like, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems like somebody draws these out onto the charts beforehand and then it all just plays out. So here we are with our downtrend line. As it's coming to the bottom of this trend line, we're seeing the 1, 2, 3 formation set up. We'll watch it manifest and we'll watch this grow out. Really nice. It's such a tiny little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation that it's super risky. The smaller they are, the smaller your position needs to be. Because if we are correct, right? If we are correct and you know, and you found out that you got the right place, we can anticipate that we're probably going to get a trend the other direction. And it's going to stick right within our channel. So knowing that I want to reduce my risk, and at 6 out of 10 times these things fail, these 1, 2, 3s, right? Here's a potential 1, 2, 3 that failed, a potential 1, 2, 3 that failed. Just because it's making a potential 1, 2, 3 doesn't mean it is going to be the turnaround. And even when it turns around, we have to be watching for the 1, 2, 3 top formations and the break of that exponential moving average, always. So given that, I want to start off here small. I want to start off with, if I have $100, I'd put in 20 on the break of the 1, 2, 3. Then when it comes into here and it's hesitating, coming into here and it hesitates and it makes a 1, 2, 3 off of this trend, that's time for nitro. Then you can add on to your position. And if we are correct at this bottom, there's going to be lots of time. If we are going into a 12 to an 18-month bull market on these altcoins, you got lots of time to add on to it. So don't FOMO. Don't FOMO in and put in your whole load there trying to think that I'll make the most money possible. Take the safest money at the beginning and build on that as you're going. You will have far greater success and far less stress all the way along. Next, we'll go and look at, what was that again? OMG. OMG. On the 12-hour time frame, same idea. High risk, very small time frame formation. Clear that off. Give me this one. It is our parallel trend line down. And so when it breaks out of this, we're golden. We know that we can put on a part of our position because it's a 1, 2, 3. As it breaks out of that, even a bit sooner maybe, depending on how you draw it, right? These trend lines are subjective. Once the 1, 2, 3 breaks out, that is your potential to put on a bit of your position. Let it come up and fight before you add on more. Don't FOMO in right away. Don't FOMO in right away. You know it's going to take time and that it's going to be huge. How long did this take? A year? A long time. So once we do start trending, we are in such a golden position right now. Start off small, add on to it when you're correct. Black coin, totally dead project. Could I don't even know where I've seen BLK listed in a long time. It's been delisted and done. 4-hour time frame on this one. So we're seeing some really great ones. Let's see in our alerts package, crypto signals. We can see here, this only pulls in the ones that are above 5% profit. Anything that we're holding that's above 5% profit will be listed here. And you can just refresh this page, come by every day, and sure, you could grab this information. Let's go look at AGI and Matic. Bitcoin. AGI. 12-hour time frame. AGI is one of my favorites because of the shape of the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. We have Bitcoin in the background here making a double top and then this lower top and coming down. At the same time, we have this making a bottom. It really held pretty good on this second bottom. Not as good as some of the others. We have a few that held this bottom from the 26th and they didn't go lower. The rest of them got panicked and sold. But this one pulled up, gave us a nice blast saying, hey, there's some real institutional interest in this project. Now we have this massive bowl shape building up again. Guess what? I think it's going to go. And we did what's called a springboard trade entry. Where do I find my square again now? There we go. So we did a springboard trade entry off of this, which is to say it's a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. It makes a little 1, 2, 3 on the 3 point. That is where we can get in. Instead of waiting for the larger 1, 2, 3 to shape up, we can actually get in just above the number 3 point in some circumstances. And it certainly is a more risky trade. So again, you'd start off with a small bit and knowing that you're correct, you can add on to it later. There's no hurry. So this is one that we're holding and doing up a few percent on that. Let's go and take a look at the Matic chart because it's the same type of thing. LM Matic. Not quite the same. I was looking for a low on the 26th that would be held, but this one made a sharp move, it pulled back, and so we jumped in on it off of this part before it moved back up. As it did this big run up and then came back and hesitated, we can zoom in on this and we see that at this hesitation, what do we see there? Oh yeah. Okay, I gotta favorite the rectangle and the brush. Then use the brush. 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. This isn't a very pretty bottom formation. I couldn't have traded this because it made such a sharp move. I can't. I have to wait. And after it takes off, I'm not jumping onto a moving train. Those are painful. So if you have any other requests of coins, this is a good time to put it up. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up here pretty quickly. So it came up, it pulled back, it made a little 1, 2, 3, and I wanted to also pull up the indicators underneath here to see what's going on because we did have a crossover in the 1 hour MACD. Not real pretty though because it didn't give us a divergence with that crossover. However, that's where I put the trading signal in on that, and we are now you can put your stop above your entry and just sit on it. Let the money do the work. Let the money do the work. Our purpose of trading cryptocurrencies is to let money work for us. We put it in there and then we got to leave it so that it does the work, and we go off and do other things. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, get out and read a book. Let the money do the work for you. Quit staring at the charts. Step back from the 15-minute chart. If you're spending more than 10 minutes a day looking through all the charts, 10 minutes. Let's go through this. Would it take me 10 minutes to go through all this? Actually, it takes me about 30 minutes to go through everything on Poloniex and everything on Binance with this trading system. And I just go bing, 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 bing. You get used to the trading plan. You know exactly with an instant look at that chart, whether or not it is an alert or potential. Makes things simple, when to get in, when to get out. And if you subscribe to our alerts package, you can save 50% today or through the rest of August. Save 50% off the full pro package when paying in cryptos. Or you can come over and join us on Patreon and support these live streams with the $15 per month, and you get access to this patron spreadsheet where you can go and look at everything going on Binance as well. This is where the big stuff is going on. 92 markets setting up in neutral. Those are all going to move over into alerts right away. Phenomenal stuff going on. Let's go back to Bitcoin and take a look in on the 1 minute bar. Here's the 5 minute bar. Where'd it go? Let's try this one. Bitcoin. Lots of selling hitting it right now. On this 1 hour time frame, that's a significant amount of selling out of this top formation. Pretty darn keen. Really makes me want to pay and keep close attention now on what Bitcoin dominance is doing. If it drops from here, we're in for something. Alts are all going to moon. So let me check the chat again. Do-do-do-do. So many awesome coins setting up right now. Look at these formations. So I'm super excited for everything coming into the altcoins right now. I hope this episode has been helpful for you. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, put this in a playlist so you can come and check it later. Hit me up on Twitter, say hello, subscribe there. Come and join us on Discord. We'd be happy to chat along with you. And just before I go, I'll know that you watched right to the end if you answer this question in the comments down below or in the chat right now. Which do you prefer, Discord or Telegram? Where are your favorite crypto groups that you follow? Are they on Discord or are they on Telegram? Because I have Discord and I have a Telegram, but I haven't really worked the Telegram much. A few people are saying that that's a better platform for them, for their phone to be able to follow along with. So let me know. I'd be happy to add that in. Cheers for now. Thanks for following along this hour, and we'll tune in likely tomorrow to go into these just to, I don't know, maybe gloat about all of these patterns taking off and blasting. And I'm super looking forward to having a few more of you join us over in the community with the pro signals. I'm looking for your success stories more than anything this year. Starting off now for the next 12 to 18 months, we should be seeing some happy people who are investing in alts. Thanks again for tuning in. Let me finish up here now with, I don't have the happy song at the end, but I do have this thank you screen to say ending with. So you can use the coupon code August50 to save 50% off the Pro Crypto Alerts package. That'll give you 3 months for half the price. It's perfect timing. That's it for today. Thank you again. I will see you on the next episode of the Cryptocurrency Bull Market Watch. Cheers.